Hello and welcome. This is episode 12. Welcome back. Okay, this episode is the fork rebuild. If you want to see the forks being stripped out, that's episode 6. So look back at that. I'll tell you what, I'll do you a quick minute-long summary of fork strip down, and then we'll go straight into the fork rebuild. Pressure. There we go. Followed by our friend. When I dismantled the forks, I kept everything together. So this bag labelled left-hand fork components. I've got the left-hand spring, I've got the left-hand tube, and the left-hand, whatever that's called. So assembly is just the reverse of the previous disassembly. I've also got a bag of fresh seals, O-rings, crush washers, etc. It's a kit I got. Also have some fork oil, gone for 10 weight. We'll talk about that later on. Anyway, so let's crack on with getting these components laid out so you can see how they go together, and then I'll start the assembly. So let's lay these out first of all. So here are the components now of the piston. Laid out. So starting from the top of the fork tube, there's the fork top. I'm going to replace that O-ring. I've got this one here. I've got a second O-ring for that. So that goes in there, pushed in with a circlip, if you remember. Sorry, with the whatever that's called. This is the gasket that goes around there like that. And these things assemble together. That goes over there. That goes on the end. That's the circlip, which goes in this end. These ends of the tube differ slightly. If we can see, that one goes all the way down to the bottom. Whereas that one's got a step in it. Can you see that step there? So that step end is the end for here. Right then, let me get these things reassembled. In the next bit, what we have to do is we have to wrap this piston ring around here like that and slide that into the fork tube without it coming undone, like that. Now the way the book says to do that is to get some card and pop that on the right end, so it catches on that shoulder I talked about earlier, and then feed the piston ring in. So I'll have a go at doing that. Let's get a bit closer. Okay. So the piston ring goes around there. And have to persuade that Beautiful. Like a glove. And that fits in beautifully. Look at that. Okay. And that sits over there. And that will go in there. But first, I need to mount this in my vise. Wrong size. Okay, let's put it in the vise. Okay, so we'll pop that in the vise like so. Spacer ring goes in the top, and then a circlip. Then I can release this from the clamp like that. Okay, next it's time to put the fork seals in. So once again, using the bosses, I will pop it in the vise. Okay, so here's a new fork seal. Is that in focus? There you go. Once again, I'll put some oil around the outside. I've made sure the inside of here is scrupulously clean, and then I'm going to tap this in using this is a 36mm socket, which fits perfectly over that. That's beautiful. As luck would have it, remember this thing I made? This was my wheel bearing remover. It's the perfect size. For driving in fork seals. Okay. And then I will slide my fork tube beautifully into that. And now I need I'll take this out. Okay, now I'm going to take this this bolt. I've got a fresh crush washer for that, and we're going to use that to get hold of the bottom of the piston. Hand tight. Okay, and then let's get this fork assembly. While it's down here, I think I'll actually put in the drain plug. Okay, we also have the drain plug and the new crush washer, so let me just add that in there. We'll turn up in a second. Okay, let's get the whole thing back into the vise. And we shall pop the spring back in there. Next we have the cap. Now I said I would replace this O-ring. So let me there you go, that's that one out. Let's give this a bit of a clean. Actually, let's give it a lot of a clean. Okay, once again, a little bit of oil on the new one. And then let's pop that one in place. That's beautiful. Now then, time to compress the spring and push this in place, which if you remember from dismantling it was a bit of a pain in the arse. So let's give this a go. The task now is to press this down far enough to insert the circlip. Okay. Compress this and try and get that in there. Ah, bollocks. Beautiful. Okay, so the good book says 220 cc's on rebuild, so let's measure out 220 in our that's about it. Yep, that's good. Okay, for filling this up, I've got this syringe which fits nicely into that hole there. It's only a 60mm syringe though, so it'll take a few of these to do. So and a little bit left. There you go. Lovely. Okay, now it's time to put in the plug with another fresh crush washer. From memory, I had to throw this on, didn't I, to tighten that up. There you go. Okay, so that's now done. Just need to release this from its there we have it. Okay, that's the fork rebuilt. Just remains me to slide over the cover, which I'll do. And voila, one rebuilt fork. Okay, super good. Right, well, I'm gonna just put this nut back on the top. I'm not actually using it, but put it back on the top, and then I'll do the next one. Great stuff. So there you have it. Finally, my fork rebuild. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. So, okay, that means I can reassemble the front end. Next time I'll be putting the bearings back in the front wheel, triple clamp assembly together, and in fact I can assemble the whole forks and put them in the frame. At the same time I'll be doing the swing arm bearings, putting the swing arm in the frame, and putting the wheels on. So that's pretty much the frame and suspension done on the bike. So look forward to that assembly video next time, and hope you enjoyed this one. Of course, like, comment please, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.